light working and being a chosen one of the Most High, Creator, the Most High God, the Most High Singularity, the Most High Divinity. You ever wonder why you went through your ostracizing from certain people as in not included within certain ideas of how people wanted to view you. You knew that you were different. You knew you were chosen. You knew they were not like you. You were not like them. There is much, I do believe, much evil that is dying in this world, and it's paving the way for the chosen ones from the Most High God that is awakening. They are awakening. God's enlightened ones. So it's like, I guess what you say you've heard of the enlightened ones of the evil one, but I do believe God has his own group of enlightened ones that do his will. Instead of the ones that are doing the enemy or Satan's will, you would have God having his own enlightened ones and doing his will. And so it would really can you hear better now? Awaken, awaken, wake up, awakened. But also being attuned and enlightened, but being a light worker. Letting God's Spirit heal others while also healing ourselves. God's Spirit within us over chosen ones, and letting his Spirit work through us, but to show others and praying over others to let God work through them as well. Seems that everybody wants to be a chosen one, but you can't be, because that was, he chose us before the foundations of the world, and it was like I was seeing that the DNA was touched. The DNA of God's chosen people he touched, while the evildoer was touching other people's DNA and choosing them for his own will. God was touching the DNA of his people, the ones that he specifically chose to do his will. And enlightened ones. His great multitude, his great army, his great allegiance over this evil, because there's a reason this evil is dying out. Because as this evil dies out, the more and more God's chosen people awaken. And become more in tune with their missions here on earth, this physical playing field we currently reside on. Everything you may have known and seen your whole lives. Have you ever asked the question, this world just seems like a dream sometimes, it doesn't seem real? And that indeed, it's not real. This world, this reality we currently reside on, it's like people live in different realities, in different forms of their own realities, different forms of reality. But life just seems rather like a dream sometimes. It doesn't always seem real all the time, anyway. And so the chosen people of the Most High God are becoming and having more of a foothold within this reality. And certain things you are starting to see overtake this world, such as, I don't know if I should state it out loud. It starts with the is and ends with the LAM. It's starting to really take over. Remember, evil still has a mission on earth, just like good has its own mission as well. But God's chosen ones still have its own mission to achieve, to accomplish. And we have our own things to live by and abide by as well. We are our own individuals with our own personalities. Everybody is. But God gave us our own antennas to stay in tune with Him and what He desires for us. Remember, our Most High protects those that He loves. He protects those that are His. And somehow I believe the evil would protect its own. That's whoever it is, the evil would protect its own people. So as almost like you see this color change, I believe chosen ones have their own colors as well. But that's for a different day, a different message. I believe my color is blue. Every time I pray, I see the color blue. And so, blue is sometimes what I see. But living out, being a light worker, being the chosen, being a chosen one. Gives you a better vision and better clarity of your life and where you're going with it in your future. Promoting self-healing with God's Spirit and praying for others and giving them the same thing because they see that you are different, you are chosen. They know because they sense your presence when you walk into the room. You are God's own enlightened. You are of good enlightened, not darkened enlightenment, but a brighter enlightenment, the good enlightenment of God's own creation. Everything you sense, feel, is not by accident. Everything is meant for purpose. Everything is for a purpose. Remember, there is no accidents in this universe or this world. Everything is intentional, is done by intention. Everything done by intent. There's no accidents. Even if it seems like it's an accident to the normal, natural human perception, eyes, brain, it's not. Remember, we must pray for the veil to be removed off of our eyes so we become born again into God's spirit man, and we take off our physical form and put on God's spiritual form. To be truly enlightened with being chosen, you take on new spirits, you take on God's Spirit. Asking Him to come into you to save you, into your heart. And therefore then you are enlightened because the veil has been taken off your eyes. And it goes back to the saying, the eyes to hear, or the ears to hear, and the eyes to see. Eyes to see, ears to hear. Truly makes a really big difference, because once truth is revealed to you, all you want is truth. You don't want to be living how you were in the Matrix before, just viewing the lady in the red dress and just eating a lie every day of your life and your existence. You will want something of more prominence, more reality, more things that are truth-driven, uncut, raw, plain, and simple. I do believe enlightenment in God's kingdom, His heavenly kingdom, being chosen, yes, both go hand in hand. They both connect. Like, it's like a TV antenna signaling, but up to the Most High God. But I do believe something about God put some kind of spiritual thing, switches or something in us, so we know His Spirit. And it seems like some other people are not, because they go their whole lives not ever being in tune with Most High God. So therefore, not everybody maybe was born with those capabilities, and some were because He chose others. Some He didn't choose. And therefore you have some people that they go their whole lives never in tune with anything to do with God, other than some do. And therefore it's like a TV antenna. It's like, it stays, it tunes into the right frequency, which is God's spiritual frequency, and it stays there, and therefore there is a glow there, staying in tune, walking according to His Spirit, not the fleshly man, not the old way, but the new way, which is God's way, His Spirit, His spiritual desires, ways of His Spirit. Staying in tune with the right frequency of the angelic, of heavenly angelic, of the heavens, rather than down here on earth at the lowest vibrations. Because the lowest vibration is shame here on earth. Tuning into the right frequency, chosen ones, enlightened ones, realizing we just can't do it alone sometimes. We need the right frequency, which is the God frequency, God's frequency. Stay in tune with His Spirit and heaven, and His angelic beings as well. Fire and ice. The best advice, and to know chosen ones are waking up, or are awakening. Why more and more this evil is dying. Always pray for more insight. Don't be afraid to give things up. Keep giving things up that are not of His frequency, and staying in tune with His Spirit. And He will guide us along our way. Chosen ones, let Him stay in tune with His frequency, His frequency, His frequency. Staying in tune, staying in touch with Him. And leading, let Him lead you, leading your path. The more chosen ones and God's enlightened awaken, the more it's going to really bring more good to others and this world we live in before it's over with. Before it's over with. Doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Fire. Nice. The next time. Really, before leaving, I want to say that I do believe God's chosen and enlightened ones are starting to take on more supernatural abilities than other people, because other people have chosen their own paths versus God's people. And therefore He is blessing us with, He's giving us more in tune and instilling us with more things. That's why it seems like the more the veil breaks in this world, the more it seems like we're becoming more supernatural than we even realize. So therefore it's like these movies you see, how the supernatural is in everything, is giving people more superhero, almost like these superhero abilities and strengths and different things. God's chosen and enlightened ones that are light workers are being instilled with more, almost like supernatural things and abilities to take on Maybe they realize it, maybe they don't. But in this case, I have noticed this. Stay in tune with God's Spirit, even on our worst days. Then let this evil one, the devil Lucifer, which also he runs on his own. The evil one of this world runs on its own frequency, and it's the lowest frequency you can go, but below that frequency is shame. Do not be operating on the frequency of shame, which is also past the lowest frequency. Which is the lowest frequency is shame. We don't operate on shame, we operate on power of light, not darkness. Fire. Nice. Fire, nice, fire, nice. No shame, no shame, no shame, just power, 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 light, light, light. Blessings, fire, nice. Amen, and good night.